JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 4 episode review video, but before I get into that, it's extremely important. If you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, for you, pay attention to that episode title. I'll even put that title in the description for you, because I'm a nice guy. And if you find out that's the case and you're not caught up, then I suggest that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 4 episode number 12. The title of this episode is called Still. This will be my review, reaction, recap of the episode. It's an episode I've seen a couple times. I don't like the episode. I'm reviewing it for the channel to have it on the channel. And I'm reviewing it due to the fact that they announced that Season 11 of The Walking Dead will be the final season of The Walking Dead. The main Walking Dead show, that is. I'm sure they'll continue the story with other shows. But the episode starts out off okay. We have Daryl and Beth running away, which from what I presume would be a horde of walkers. And they run in the middle of the road, and there's really nowhere else to go except in the other side of the woods. And they decide to hide in the trunk of a car. And it really has a good horror element as you kind of hear and see some of the, well, you kind of see the walkers walk by as they're hiding in the trunk of the car. And they're like banging on the car or bumping into it. And it's really good. But from there, well, the episode is not that great. As Daryl and Beth, they regroup after they flee from the prison, obviously, and they've had a couple days of traveling since then. And Beth tells Daryl that she wants to take a drink of alcohol, something her father refused to allow her to do. Daryl doesn't respond, and she storms off on her own, but runs into a group of walkers. Daryl races to rescue her, though Beth complains she could care for herself. That's debatable, by the way. As they travel, they come to a country club, and defending themselves from walkers while working through the corpses in the pro shop and clubhouse, they eventually make it to the bar, where Beth finds a half-filled bottle of peach schnapps. She asks Daryl if it's a good thing to drink, and he says no. Daryl then takes and smashes the bottle, telling her it's no good, and if she's going to have her first drink, it needs to be something better than that. They then leave the clubhouse for a rundown house Daryl had found earlier while with Michonne. After securing the area, Daryl brings out a case of moonshine for Beth. Beth, of course, is hesitant, as her father had told her that the wrong kind of moonshine would or could make her go blind. Daryl assures her that this is good moonshine. As she drinks, she tries to encourage Daryl to join her, but he refuses, desiring to stay sober to protect them. However, he eventually succumbs when Beth has him join in a game of Never Have I Ever, during which Beth challenges Daryl in some painful ways. In his intoxication, he becomes upset and belligerent, and then Daryl drags Beth out to where a walker is approaching, because Beth had said, "Never have I shot a crossbow," and uses his crossbow to pin it to a tree. He then tries to teach Beth how to use the crossbow to kill it, but Beth insists on using her knife. Then the two begin to argue. Daryl calls Beth a dumb college girl, while Beth accuses Daryl of not caring anymore, and then Daryl breaks down, believing himself responsible for Herschel's death, as he failed to kill the governor when he had a chance. Beth embraces Daryl as he cries. Again, we don't even care about Beth at this point, and she's getting like this big episode with one of the most favorite Walking Dead characters. Not my favorite, but a lot of you like Daryl. I see why. In the earlier seasons, at least, he annoys me. And then after some time, a more sober Daryl tells Beth about the difficult times between him and Merle as a child. And then Beth gives him confidence, saying that he will survive. She says, "I'm going to go someday, and you're going to be the last man standing," which it's a interesting line to this date. And that he needs to put his past behind him or it will kill him. And then together they agree to burn down the house, as it is a figurative way to move forward. They watch from a distance as the house goes up in flames, both laughing and flipping off the house before turning away and leaving. So the episode ends with them flipping off a house that's on fire. I don't know. A lot of people like this episode. Well, I shouldn't say. People defend this episode because they say it's good character development. I say we don't give a shit about Beth at this point. She was a little good in season 3. Very, very minor things she did in season 3 and season 4. But for her to have an episode with Daryl and to be a forefront character, this didn't do anything for the characters. If this would have led to a relationship between Beth and Daryl, then that would have made sense. It led to a death between one of them, and somebody was sad that it happened, but it didn't really do anything for me. And I don't know. Other than the first couple minutes before the intro, I hate this episode. It's one of my it's got to be my least favorite episode of The Walking Dead. I'll regroup and get that list to you once I finish reviewing once I get caught up on the series. But I'm thinking this is probably my least favorite episode of The Walking Dead. So as far as the score, it's my least favorite episode of The Walking Dead, and I'm still going to give it a 6.5. I just didn't care for the character development. I didn't care about Beth. Daryl with Beth is annoying. This should have been a Carol and Daryl episode, and that would have been a lot more entertaining. As far as my character of the episode, I hesitated for a second to give it to Beth, but I'm giving it to Daryl. He was good. He had an emotional moment, and he's going to be the last man standing. So you've heard what I have to say. This is a very controversial opinion, so I want to hear what you have to say. So if you're the fan of The Walking Dead and you love this series and actually like this episode, go ahead and smash that like button. If you know anybody else that you think would be interested in watching or listening to these videos, go ahead and share the video with them or to them. Let them know that they can share it as well. Don't forget to leave me a comment defending this episode. Tell me what you liked, what your favorite moment, what your favorite character is, and how this episode ranks in your top episodes. Or you can talk about anything else Walking Dead related. And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.